Morning greetings. Greetings, beautiful family. How are you today, wherever you are? It's a kind of a trippy question, isn't it? It's almost become a floskel. When I get asked, how are you? Immediately I say, oh, I'm good, how are you? This is what we do here in Australia. And this is and then we say that, and then it's like, oh, okay, how are you? How are you? I am good. And then, how are you? And how do we answer that? How do we really answer that? Because how are we? It's like, who are we? We are always, how are we? Everything. I am everything. And this could go into a whole, yeah. I am always good, and there's all these different things I'm going through, but I'm always connected, stable, radiant, no matter what happens. Even if I'm going through the worst. So it is true when asked, how are you? How am I? I am good. I am good. Yeah. And there isn't a not good, there is just, in the new earth, we just are, out of the duality. There isn't a good or bad. I am. How are you? I am. I am. Yeah, I'm living. So there's a lot of parts in life that suddenly become, when we have shifted into the new earth frequency, the old doesn't relate anymore. It doesn't make sense anymore. This is just one example of it. Let me show you where I am. So I'm standing here in front of this crystal clear lake, creek, riverbed. Have a look how striking this, as above so below is. And as I stand here in front of this water body, anchoring in my inner union deeper, as within, so without. This is like looking into the eye of our mother, looking into the soul of Gaia, of Mother Earth. And in this soul we can see our own soul, like in our eyes. We can see each other's soul in our eyes. All I see is love in this lake, innocence, abundance, purity. This is exactly what I see in our souls, in our eyes. And I'm bathing here in this beautiful tree energy, this beautiful fig tree, and the water is streaming through here, dividing into two parts to become one again. This is like our streams when we are individuated and sovereign, and then we flow together. This is our soul stream. This is a life stream. Two energies flowing abundantly and full stream. This flows into the ocean as well. This is like our soul streams, part of the one soul. Because we are one family, one global family. Yeah. So light into the crown chakra, light into my body. My eyes are filled with light. Yesterday I shared about the sacred ways of the shaman, looking into the sky, What's going on up there? Looking into the waters, looking into the earth, looking into the trees, being connected with it all. And it's a continuous rebirth portal. Death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Every moment dies into the next. And as shamans, we alchemize, and we also very closely midwife the death and transition, the death out of the old form into the new form. And then I'm very moved, because I just had, you have seen them, I've shared live transmissions the last week here with them, the beautiful guinea pigs that have just come to me, 4 of them, and one left her body yesterday. Yeah, and it was so shocking, as death most of the time is. And as a shaman, the guinea pigs that come to me, they are shaman guinea pigs. They come always to everyone to teach, to alchemize, and to guide us, you know. And this is my ego, my personality. I had all these expectations, how long she would live with me, how long they would be with me, without even consciously thinking of it. And then the last few days I've been speaking about being grateful for the now moment, grateful for the now moment, the precious now moment, because it's the only moment we've got. We don't know when the physical death strikes any of us. It includes our animals. We have all these expectations and we don't know. This is a humbling, always so humbling. So I was very grieving and very shocked yesterday afternoon, evening, processing that. And then in the night, the communication opened from her soul to my soul. And yeah, how she had come to leave her body, as many beings do with me. So I'm a midwife for the transitions, and she had to leave her physical form for her next expansion, her next role. And this is the people involved with those animals that are shifting and leaving the body. They are also having a shift and shifting into the next level. The contract that she had in the physical form was ended. Where she had been, now she had come to transition, to be here for a bit over a week, to activate, to be filled with love, to come into this portal. Yeah, and she came a lot onto these videos, especially her, beautiful Hazel. So it's, I feel so blessed to have met her. Even if it was only for a week and a half, and that's what she came for. I was also sharing this week about my brother leaving when he was only 8 and I was 11. Cutting our life together short. We had expected a whole life together. And this is again bringing really into reality that we do not know how long we are here in the physical. And we are not gone. Our essence lives on. And often, always, the beings shift out. They go to their next level. Animals often when they leave their body, they become our guides. They go into the next level to support the humans they were with in their expansion. Especially right now, the animals are also super affected by the Schumann resonance, and that has been so high, super wide and full of energy the last days. They are sensitive beings to that as well. And when death happens, there's always at first guilt. What have I done something wrong? I should have, could have, would have, all this, until again fully moving through that and feeling you cannot avoid or cheat death. If it's meant to happen, it's meant to happen. I had guinea pigs, I was sitting next to them and a snake came. I couldn't avoid it, or I can't avoid it. And I was with her yesterday, and I couldn't avoid it. So you're seeing my process with that, and I'm feeling her everywhere. Last night, this morning, in the waters, in the sky, and as I was speaking yesterday about the sacred way of the shaman, the ceremony, since she arrived, that she was in, that she guided me, the animals that came in, what came through to share, where we went, we've been in a full-on ceremony for her transition. And often, that when it's not, this is the soul-led living. It wasn't my personality or ego that says, oh, now we do this or that. I just always followed what my soul and their innate beings, their souls, guided me. Oh, let's go here now. Do you want to come? Or let's change this. And what do you want to eat? All of that. I just followed the guidance of Source. And what happened in this week and a half was very profound. We lived this week and a half as if it was a year as well. And last night I was also feeling how differently all my guinea pigs transitioned. And with one, he told me he was leaving, and then the whole week I took him to all these places. He wanted to fully experience all these things, and then he told me, let your guinea pigs always live really full, because animals are right in the now. You know, it's not so much, they're not attached to longevity like we humans are, because they are souls, they are already in 5D, they are aware that there is no death, and we are so attached to the form, which the more we embody our soul is shifting. So we let go of the form and really understand the formless. Yeah, she isn't gone. We also don't need to say that to make ourselves feel better or to bypass. She really isn't gone. This is like when we shift and have a big transformation and our old self is dead and we have become a whole new version of ourselves. Our essence is still there. We just shifted our form. We've become lighter, and just like how I see in my children, I still see their soul, and I've seen them as a toddler, as a baby, child, all these different stages. I still see their essence. They're still in some ways the same. And all the deaths I've been led to facilitate, to be with them as a transition doula, as a guide, as just a midwife that is with them, holding them in this transition. I'm not full of fear. I am full of grief and joy. But they are all one, and I just let them. I allow them to transition, and I'm holding them with love, so that they can cross over, so to say, into their next role. That's what they want, humans and animals. This is the same with relationships when they end. Do we let each other go in love, or do we hold on before we are scared of the death? And I've been trained in this very deeply over many lifetimes, and in this lifetime so profoundly. This is my invisible. We don't need certificates for that. This is deep life training in the life. Yeah. But the animals, the spirits in the spirit world, I am being acknowledged and recognized, otherwise the animals would not come to me, or the humans that are realizing it. So I'm saying this humbly because it's a very sacred role. It's also a very deep, full-on role. For that I need to be living really in the flow with my soul, and really in stillness. And this is too how I share this beautiful return to origin water. And I have had to realize that I'm sharing it from my soul, not hustling around for money or ranks. I've been clearly guided to drink this and share with others that it's helping in our ascension process. And it has deepened my role with the sacred waters. We come from water and we return to water. When the souls leave the body, what leaves first is the water. And we are coming out of water in the womb. And when we develop, we start from being water. And when the waters break, we announce our birth. And when the waters leave the body, we announce our death. Yeah. And in hindsight, I realize also how she was already telling me she would leave, but often I'm not meant to know that, because they are teaching me how differently the transitions happen. You know, they can happen in an accident, they can happen by a predator, they can happen just from, they always happen from, I am done and I am leaving this body now, in whichever way that is facilitated. That's only our ego that needs to, oh yeah, I make an autopsy, I want to know why. We don't need to know why. The message is very clear. She had to leave her body. That's not bypassing, that's deep understanding of the souls. And this is the same with, oh, I had to leave this relationship. I still love you and we are still united, but I had to leave this relationship. I had to leave the relationship with my body to shift into my next form, and so on. And so the alchemization also with every drink. I drink, I renew. I drink, I renew. The old is flushing out with the water and the new is coming in. Yeah, so. And how that was woven the last days. And yesterday I was given 2 beautiful cockatoo feathers and a beautiful shell by someone who did not even know me, who just saw the altar I have in my car. And this was all part of the ceremony, her transition ceremony. Everything is. In the live videos, what came through in the transmissions from the last few days since she arrived, her energy is very powerful, and her 3 companions. So I keep following the guidance, also when they are meant to go and be with the other guinea pigs outside on the land. Yeah. So the changes we see in the water, and the air is so saturated with water as well. The ripples, the little organisms in the water. And yeah, as above, so below, as within, so without. And our role is to be a clear mirror, a clear conduit, mine and those of you who resonate with me, those of you who are on my fractal, where we are working together and flowing together. For, led by our soul, and for the whole, for humanity, for the animals, for this earth. Yeah, not for our ego. Yeah. So lots of things are dropping away. Lots of things. We are in this powerful transition, and that isn't a transition that's finished in one day or 1 week or 1 year. This is a very deep process, and we are all at different levels. And all of us are forerunners and way showers for others who might just be one step behind us or next to us. And we are showing the way with something like what I've been discovering with this water, for example. I am leading the way with that. And aligned with soul, not the old 3D model. This is not about selling this to get rich. We are rich on a soul level already. We are free already. This is to help us get clear in our body. The EMGA to protect our field, because it protects from radiation that is very unique, that we can't see, that can't even be read. I need to study that up a bit more to explain that better. But I'm a sensation scientist. I feel it. And that's what I trust more than any facts. But knowing the science, of course, helps. And I can send you information to that. Many of us women are we just feel it and we trust it. More than, oh, this and this and this, knowing it but that's part of the discernment, our head brain, our heart brain, and our gut brain. So knowing the facts helps make the decisions. But what is better than feeling it? So drinking it, feeling the shifts. I can't tell you more than from my own embodiment. No scientific study can show you more than my embodiment. What I deeply intuitively know. Yeah, that's what I speak from. That's truth. Yeah. So anyway, this sanctuary that we need while we are ascending and shifting and allowing our soul to embody. So we are not drained and frazzled, and because we are going through deep physical transformation. Physical. We are turning into liquid plasma light. Our DNA is changing and everything. We can be super exhausted for that, needing sleep and so on. But to have a sanctuary at home with the best water and to protect us from the electromagnetic frequencies, the radiation that can be damaging to our organs and so on, but we don't see it, we don't even feel it. And there can be also spiritual ego that says, oh, I'm so powerful, I don't need anything, until the tumors appear or whatever. Anyway, this is just my guidance for it. And this is priority. As my soul is linking fully, coming into my body needs to upgrade. My body has needed to upgrade. I needed to change my water, like the water in a fish tank. And I've been needing to more and more totally deprogram. So that's what it's about. Otherwise we just keep doing the same old thing. This is the same with people leaving the activation containers and talking about, oh, there wasn't enough trauma information, come to me now and I'm holding you in that. There's just another we need to move through that. Yeah. And the activation and stopping blaming and accusing, but to do our deep inner work so that we are flowing each like a powerful stream into the whole, and radiating each like a ray of the sun, not dimming our light, but fully radiating. So feeling golden healing light flooding our body, feeling the beautiful energy of beautiful darling Hazel with us. There she is blinking. Yeah, she's everywhere now. She's expanded fully into love with gratitude for the life she has had and the care that she was being given, because they all had been abandoned in the garden, left by their previous owner. They moved out and left them all. So anyway, then they've come to their next beautiful carer, and then she cared so well for them, and then they came to me. They've come now to their next level to expand, and we are learning more and more to not hold on. That's love in its purest form, to allow another one to fly free, to go where they need to go, to not be codependent and hold them. Yeah, this is really, really, really pure divine love. Because we are love. We are love in its purest form. And the love in me sees the love in you. And we are light, and the light in me sees the light in you. And yeah, my very dear teacher, Dr. John Weltheim, he always gave sessions to me via Zoom in his last years of practicing, and I always had the guinea pigs there with me, and he loved them. And I was going also through massive transitions, and he also always told me, yeah, the guinea pigs are part of the transitions. They're small animals, and they are part of transitions. They're not as dense and big as horses, but the guinea pigs are part of transitions. They facilitate transitions. In Peru as well, they are used for ceremonies and so on. And I have a very deep way of living in ceremony with them for many years and lifetimes. Especially this oversoul of these incredible, sensitive, amazing, loving animals. Yeah. And those who have loved the guinea pig, they know there's something very special about it. Very, very special. And they're so sensitive, they need really super good care. They need so much, they're so little, but they need way more than a horse often, or a dog or a cat. Yeah. And that brings us in touch with our sensitivity, our fragility, our humbleness, our tenderness, our vulnerabilities. They crack us open. That's why I've been guided, or they've been guiding me, to lie on people's hearts. That's frequency alignment sessions they are. They lie on the hearts. And in Peru, after they are on the body, they slap them on bodies, they kill them afterwards to cut out what they have taken out of people. So with me, we transmute it and we clear it out with the water, and we alchemize together, and the body of the person they are on. But yeah, anyway. It's a very, very, very deep portal, and Yeah, the sacred ways of the shaman. These are the sacred ways of the shaman. Alchemizing, facilitating transitions, being totally here, following soul. Yeah. So if you feel aligned, then message me and I will send you a masterclass, a webinar about the Kangen shamans uniting, about the New Earth leaders uniting and aligning everything with soul. This is also how our soul tribe comes together. It's like water. And look at the beautiful drops in the water that create the ripples. And us flowing in our full force. For that we need to be clear and flow fully, coming into our full stream, and then we are flowing together, side by side. Very clear, like this, side by side, side by side. Not enmeshed, not entangled, side by side, free. Yeah. So, thank you for coming on and watching and listening and receiving and sharing your energy. If you watch live or the replay, I appreciate you. So we are shifting, turning our soul fully on in our body, and yeah, coming fully online for our next chapter, our new love song. Was a song I was listening while she was transitioning. Sing me another love song. And it was part of the weaving and the songs that came in about the water and so on. Very, very magical. And the 4 letters of love. L-O-V-E. Yeah. So much love and blessings from my heart to yours, from my soul to yours. And have a magical day. Feeling it all, being in the oneness of all, allowing all emotions, not being scared to feel. Also the super painful that cracks us open. And yeah, all the old conditioning falling away, so that we are who we truly are and have always been. Raw, authentic, real, alive. Yeah, much love.